Hi, I'm Bran, and I love 90s sports movies.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and I love 90s sports movies.
I'm Dan, and I love 90s sports movies, and this is the $10 Podcast. Go Dogs!
We'll get it.
We'll get it. It'll be
I
good.
don't know what it is.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Scooby Dooby Dooby Dooby.
Oh,
my
this
gosh.
is the big show.
Well, this was on. You have three.
My man changed clothes. USA. You know what's wild is that in this movie they ditched the stars and stripes for the jersey you wore last week. So
Yeah, that's a real factoid.
Well,
yeah.
You know what can
we'll
you
get
do?
there.
Yeah.
It'll come up.
Yeah.
It'll come up.
Hi, everybody. It's great to be here today.
I'm so excited, Brand. Like, can I just say,
man.
I'm so excited. Like, I'm
Dude.
out of my head excited.
This is when it gets real.
Yeah, this is a very.
We had to wait a
exciting-
whole week for this.
A lot of tension
Yeah.
over the years.
Yes.
Because
A lot of unspoken, sometimes we'd all be in a room together and it would just feel awkward because
Yeah.
we knew
Yeah.
that one of us was wrong.
yes, and so this is really.
Well, I'll say this. I agree. I have prepared myself for you two to feel, and we'll find out next week how you feel about D3. What I have not prepared myself, and I'm really just digesting it now, is maybe you don't feel about this movie how I expect you to feel. And so
Hey, don't
there's
put
just
us
a
Well,
lot
on
to
can I tell
gauge.
you this?
Ryan.
I not only did I go into D3, when I go into D3, I'll go in it with open eyes.
Clear eyes,
At
full
full
hearts,
heart,
can't
can't
lose.
lose.
Can't quack.
Can't quack.
After my experience with the first one, Rye Guy, after my experience with the first one, which I had, as Brand did, firmly second,
Yeah.
2 gold standard, and then way down, there is no silver. Mighty Ducks was a bronze level movie, and then, D3 was like bronze A. It was just below Mighty Ducks. That's how I would have had it. After Mighty Ducks being what it was last week, all bets are off. All bets are off for this. I'm just letting you know, it rocked my world. I 100% didn't see it coming, and I went full open mind. I'm going to go full open mind into D3. I'll let you know that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
no
appreciate
problem.
that. We'll get there next week. I'm really excited, really nervous. Let's do it, Brand.
Let's do it.
Let's
D2.
get in. Let's not wait any longer.
We're
Here
not
we
going to
go.
wait any longer. D2, the Mighty Ducks, originally premiered
At the Cinema Lagoon.
at the cinema on March 25th.
During the
19
same year as the Winter Olympics.
How about
Yeah,
that?
really
Synergy.
smart. Came out after them, but very smart.
Yes.
Still all
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
1994, and it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off once again harder than it needs to. Bombay is out there crushing it in the minors. His future, bright. He is so close to getting to the NHL, he can taste it. But he's hit hard. He goes down with a knee injury. He goes back home and he is picked up by Hans, his brother, Jan.
What?
They talk about
Did you say Jan?
it's Hans's brother.
Hans and Jan?
And Jan.
Are brothers?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Hans and
Good.
Jan.
So we got Jan from here on out,
We
right?
hit
2 and
Jan.
3, it's
We'll see
Jan
Jan next
City.
week
We'll
for
see,
sure,
no,
right?
No
Yeah.
doubt about it.
It's Jan. They talk about what's next for Bombay's life. He doesn't want to go back to Ducksworth. I don't even know if Ducksworth will have him, to be honest with you. And he doesn't think that he can make money, coaching Pee Wee. So for now, he's just going to help out in the shop. One day, he has a visitor. It's Don Tibbles. And he wants Bombay. Tibbs. And he wants Bombay to coach a team representing the United States in the Junior Goodwill Games in Los Angeles. You'd think that there would be open tryouts.
Nah.
There's not. He's just going to get the Ducks back together thanks to Charlie. Team USA is going to consist of the Ducks and 5 new players that old Tibbs found, which is Mendoza, who is a fast skater, doesn't know how to stop. Dwayne, a cowboy who's good with the puck, I guess. Julie the cat, a goalie. I got to take a swig of water.
Julie the cat.
Julie the
Dwayne,
cat. Now, she's
Dwayne's
from
the
Bangor,
cowboy.
Maine.
Julie the cat. Luis Mendoza, who's really fast but he can't stop, and Wu, the figure skater, who has become now this. And Dean Portman, who's
And
going to
Dean
be
Portman.
a Bash brother,
Yes.
an enforcer with Fulton.
Who who hopefully has everything checked with USPS.
Yeah,
right?
squared away all together with everybody who needs to communicate with them via letter or phone or anything.
100%.
Yes.
So, during the first practice, the team tutor comes in, Michelle McKay. Bombay looks at her. So, and that's how you know it's over between him and Charlie's mom,
That's
right?
when,
When
we
right
also
when
hear
McKay-
that she got remarried already.
Yeah. The first
Blink and you miss it, but yes.
The first practice is rocky, but that's nothing some line dancing and country music can't solve. They have one school lesson, and then they're off to Los Angeles to get started. Up first, everybody's favorite hockey team, Trinidad and Tobago. Tough that USA has to play two teams at once, but what can you do? Thanks, Des.
What a dumb joke. What a dumb
That worked
joke.
way better than I thought it was
What
going
a
to.
dumb joke.
You know, sometimes you write the stuff and you don't know
Oh,
how it's going to
man.
land, you know?
Yeah. That was all in the delivery. On paper, it was stupid, but you made it
Good
sing.
job, buddy.
They
job, buddy.
they dominate. The next day at a press conference, Team Iceland shows up and the coach says Team USA is going down. That's where
down.
they're going. That's coach and ex-NHL player Wolf the Dentist Sanson. More on him later. Bombay begins to enjoy the fancy things of life that Don Tibbles is giving him and begins to leave the team by themselves more and more, which is going to cause some issues. One night, Fulton and Portman are out past curfew and they see Bombay on a date with one of the assistant coaches from Iceland eating ice cream. And that is when I think we all learned the important lesson that Iceland is green and Greenland is ice.
That's when I learned it as a kid.
This is 100. We all did. Bombay walks into the locker room the next day with a fancy suit and slick back hair. The vibes, they are off. It's time to play Iceland for the first time. It does not go well. They get blown out 12-1, and Tibbles threatens to fire Bombay if he doesn't get this figured out. He yells at the team, and they get real mad. On a mandatory off day given by McKay, the players go play some street hockey against a team and some kids that have been talking trash to them all during the games. His name is Russ, and he blows their mind with the knuckle puck. A hockey a puck does what a knuckle ball does,
You got it.
but
You're
as a
getting there.
puck.
Stay with it.
It's pretty wild.
Two teams.
Two teams at once. After a kick in the pants by Jan, not Hans, Bombay goes to skate, roller skate, to clear his mind. In their match against Germany, Bombay fails to arrive on time because I guess he lost track of time while skating. I don't know, man. Charlie asks Michelle McKay to coach, and he does. She does her best, but the team is struggling. Bombay finally arrives with his duck call, which we all know is duck for "I'm sorry," and the team.
That's not as good. Don't you laugh at that.
I like that one.
I thought it was pretty good.
And the team gets straight to business with the flying V, and they win the game. Bombay and Jan go full Mr. Miyagi and teach all the kids how to use their special skills to help the team. Bombay finds out that Banks has hurt his wrist and tells him, "Yeah, I gotta bench you, kid." But Charlie has found his replacement, Russ, and his knuckle puck. At the last team practice, Bombay wants to have some fun with a beach ball. Classic Bombay stuff. The dentist shows up and squashes the ball and challenges Bombay to a one-on-one game. The rules are you got to hit the, I don't know.
The crossbar and the two.
And then up and the
An
over.
impossibly difficult game that they're both great at. Yeah.
Really good at it.
Crushing it.
Could they have just shot it into the net? Yeah. Bombay is killing it when the dentist nails his knee with his stick intentionally. Oh, man. Bad blood is there, and it is time for the championship. Banks walks in to show that he has been healed. Amazing. Only problem
unbelievable.
is the roster spot has been filled. So Charlie offers his spot up so that Banks can play, and he becomes assistant coach. Bombay does not try to talk him out of it because Charlie sucks at hockey. The game is off to a real rocky start, and they go into intermission down 4-1. So in the locker room, Bombay gives the classic Ducks Fly Together speech. and Jan surprises everyone with Ducks uniforms because there's no rule in the playbook against changing jerseys during the game. And it works. The power of the Duck is alive and well. Thanks to some clever play, the Ducks tie it up. The championship now comes down to a shootout. It is a 4-3 in the shootout. Iceland has one more shot to tie it up. Naturally, Bombay decides that he's going to sub in Julie the Cat as goalie.
Saving her all year.
She stops it, and the Ducks, Team USA wins. Yay! The team decides that they're going to go home, sit around the campfire, and sing "We Are the Champions." And that, my friends, was
D2 the Mighty Ducks. We did it.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down here on Deck the Hallmark. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're talking about D2 the Mighty Ducks here on this edition of Mighty Mondays. Very important week this week because this is a big movie. It's a big movie.
We've been talking about this a long time.
We've talked about it many times over the years. So why delay any longer? It's time for the hot take, where we share exactly how we felt. Where we share exactly how we felt about this movie. We do not hold back, and I will start with you, Rye. Rye, what did you think of D2 the Mighty Ducks?
Here we go.
Yeah, it's the rare perfect film. So I will say, listen, I want to be fair to young me. I want to be fair to the Alonso Dural days of the world. Yes, I was 6 when I saw this for the first time. Actually, I was probably even younger, but I will say that I've seen this movie as much as maybe any other movie in my life.
Oh,
genuinely,
wow.
It's probably right up there with like the first Power Rangers movie. I've seen it so many times. To me, this is a yearly watch. I watch this every year.
Yeah, you do.
When I was a kid, this was one of the settings in which I wished I could be a part of. I wished I could be on Team USA with the Ducks in Los Angeles. I really imagined myself being a part of this. So I am very, very attached to this film. Objectively speaking, I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing.
That's objective for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's what that means. That's what that word means.
Definition.
That's what the word means, objectively.
I think it still inspires fashion to this day. How the kids in this film dress is how we dress in 2025. They nailed the casting with the new Ducks. All 5 are home runs, in my opinion. It really adds a new dynamic.
Kenny Wu's a home run for you?
Is a solid double,
He said they were all home runs. Now,
I pressed him on one of them.
Objectively, that's a double, not a home run.
Rank the new 5 Ducks.
Portman 1, Julie the Cat 2, Mendoza 3, Dwayne 4. I would put Kenny Wu ahead of but it's close between Kenny and Dwayne for that.
And then when Russ comes in, when Keenan comes in, does he move one?
Russ is number 1 far and away.
You don't think so?
He doesn't get enough screen time to be 1. Like Julie the Cat and Portman are both great. Yeah. In my opinion.
Also, Julie the Cat, and we'll talk more about this. Yes. Julie the Cat is possibly the best hockey player on the team.
On the planet. At her age.
Yes. And so that really helps her case. I don't really miss any of the kids we lost. No offense to any of the kids we lost from the first one, but these were, especially if we're trying to make this a believable best hockey team in the world, we had to lose who we lost. Almost all of the humor really works in this. Now, listen, are there, to Dan's point from last week, I believe you said this, Dan, that there's a lot more hijinks on the ice in this film, and that somewhat carries over to D3 as well. Yeah, and is it believable that, goalie jerseys are being swapped out in this championship nationally televised game? No, but the jokes really land. Keenan is really funny here. Again, Averman and Goldberg are like the Laurel and Hardy of our time. It's so you can see how much fun all of these kids are having when they talk about filming these movies, specifically this one. They're like, this is our childhood on screen. And I think you really see that. And just so many magic moments. Duck Roundup at the beginning with Charlie. Schoolyard Puck is incredible. Ducks Fly Together speech is incredible. The final game is shot so well. The final moments are really suspenseful. It's a magic film. I love this film, Bran. Objectively, the 3rd best sports movie of all time was not hyperbole by me.
All right. It is very good. I love this movie, and I think that few scenes are as memorable for me as Ducks Fly Together. It is ingrained into my mind. I probably say Ducks Fly Together at least once a week, it feels like. And the speech, the game at the end, it lives up to all of the hype. It is as good as it gets for sports movies. I think the thing that caught me by surprise is that the first 2/3 of the movie, in my opinion, aren't as good as the first 2/3 of Mighty Ducks.
Oh, wow.
And that caught me by surprise. I think it makes it harder for me to rank than I anticipated.
Wow. Who saw it coming?
And I'm just being honest here.
I'm okay with it.
And I don't
I'm
think
okay with it.
I don't think none of us are going to argue with the fact that the final third of this movie is as good as it gets. To me, I don't know. There's something that wasn't quite clicking as well as I felt like it clicked in the first movie. This like the ragtag of it all of that I just felt like hit way better in the first one. And so I gotta be honest, I don't know what I'm gonna do here currently.
Wow.
I still need to go to the prayer room to figure this out, the war room.
You don't have to release that till week 3.
It is way closer than I thought it was gonna be. If you pressed me, I would probably give the slight edge to this one, but it is closer than the chasm that I had made up in my mind.
Man, things are getting real.
And so, but you know what? That's what we're doing here.
That's what we're doing here.
I would do the exercise.
I'm not going in here and giving you cold takes. I'm giving you hot takes. And my hot take is I don't know if this is the best Mighty Ducks movie anymore. You're
going
know.
to a shootout.
I'm going to a shootout, and I'm going to bring in Julie the cat.
As it should be.
So that's where I'm at with it. I'm shocked to even say. And also, there's just like a weird, like Charlie sucking at hockey is a weird part of this movie.
Yeah,
Jan, not Hans, is crazy and something that I don't remember at all in my mind.
Yeah, they knew all the kids would be like, it's the same guy. We don't care.
It is all Hans all the time. And I got to be honest with you, like. Why do it then? If you're gonna sub in his brother,
just call him Hans.
We like, I don't know. It was, and I think that bothered me more than I thought it would. I don't know. There was the stuff about some things that didn't quite click perfectly for me. And both, and don't hear what I'm not saying. D1 and D2 are they're so good.
It sounds like you like one a lot more than 2.
No.
It sounds like.
What the problem is the final third of this movie.
The last 30 minutes are
an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.
The Bombay speech is absolutely electric. The game itself, incredible. Iceland, the coach, the dentist, incredible. Let's go shake their hands at the end. Amazing.
Let's go shake their hands. Jan is here, but it's fine.
The final 30 minutes is amazing. And so I am left really having to think things through. Dano?
Here's what's
I know
weird.
what you're going to do, Dan. I know what you're going to do.
What am I going to do?
You're the one is far and away better. Go ahead.
Listen, a couple of things you need to know. First of all, the weird part about what you said is if you had asked me now what stands out about D2, I would have said that the Mighty Ducks and D2 both end superbly, but D2 for the first hour, the journey is so much better. You're meeting all these new characters. I've never had that thought in my head that somehow the last 25 minutes of D2 are the best 20. I've never had that thought.
Okay.
Ever. Personally.
And that's why there's 3 of us.
I've thought that all 3 of them, I've always thought all 3 movies end very strongly. All 3 movies end as good as you can end the movie that they've made. I've not seen the 3rd one yet, but I would stand by that even as an adult, that all 3 end as good as they could end considering the movie they set up. The first movie as a kid, I didn't see until I was probably 8 or 9. And I was blown away by it as an adult. It was great. I was not 8. This movie at 10, I saw in the theater, and I would have told you is the best sports movie when I saw it, maybe Rookie of the Year of this movie. And I would have said it's easily the best. I stand corrected. 1 is a better movie than this movie. And I don't think far and away is correct, right, guy? But for me, 1 is complete. Everything makes sense. It's rough around the edges. Characters make sense. They're not perfect. The actions of everyone in that movie make sense. And it seems small and intimate, and then it just matters to that community. And as an adult, I love that. This movie doesn't really land the stuff that lands for me when it landed for me when I was a kid. I was just 8. I don't know how else to describe that. Charlie Conway is inexcusable. If you guys want to say it's a perfect movie, explain to me how the triple deke guy that keeps the team together literally doesn't play. He goes on for like one or two shift changes, but there are times before he gives his jersey up to Banks that he just sits there and like coaches people up. It is just such a misuse of what he does. Second of all, as an adult, I was out and out angry about Julie the cat. It wasn't funny. As a kid and a teenager, it was funny to think about how Julie the cat may be the best hockey player in the world at her age, and she's not playing. As an adult, it's like, we have 2 females on this team, and one of them is the best at her position, maybe of anyone. And as a bit, we're going to let the hefty guy with the jokes play every week. And I hated that. Jan instead of Hans, hated that. Bombay learning nothing and basically having the same arc line, hated that. And here's where I'm going to get in trouble. Wolf didn't do much for me.
Wow. I think that dude's great.
As a kid, Wolf was the best bad guy I'd ever seen. And give me Coach Riley Lane Smith as a more believable bad guy, a meaner bad guy, and a just more ruthless character than the dentist ever was. Lane Smith outdoes Wolf the dentist, and it's not even close. That's the problem here is Mighty Ducks is a complete sports movie. It has the exact arc you want with the exact lessons learned. What did we learn here? To take off our United States jerseys in favor of one local team's jersey?
That's what Toby Keith thinks.
Yeah, that's what Toby Keith does think. A lot of this movie bothered me. And in spite of that, this movie still slaps. Yeah. It is entertaining. Meeting the new characters are fun. They build the suspense through this tournament where they get to lose once. They get to come back and play them again. It's very similar to the first one in that regard. But I'm telling you, as an adult watching these movies, Mighty Ducks hit the sweet spot of what a kid sports movie should be. D2 did not. It's 1, then it's 2. Not a big chasm, but it's 1 clearly ahead of 2, and no one here is more shocked than me. I've defended D2 for 30 years as this is why we do this. It's why we do this, because for 30 years, I've looked at people and gone, you're crazy if you don't think D2 is the best one. And you know who was wrong? Not them. This guy was wrong. D2 is not clearly the best one. 1 is the best one. It's the only movie. That movie doesn't have, I don't think 1 has a flaw in it. It is really that quality of a movie. 2's entertaining, but as an adult, just didn't hit like it did for me when I was 10.
That's a great point, Summer. We did learn that Greenland was covered with ice.
That's right.
That's a good lesson. That's
we
stuck
all
with
learned
all of us.
Anybody who knew that before watching that movie, I have questions.
Yeah.
Educational.
Yeah,
they're liars.
It's good stuff.
Anyone that says they knew it before is a liar. It's time for the all the feels. Where we talk about what in this movie give us all the feels, and I will start with you, Rye Guy. Anything stick out to you?
There's a lot. I had to narrow this down. I basically combined 3 into 1, but these are all back to back. Hard to top for getting you in the breadbasket. The schoolyard puck into Be That Man, although it would have hit harder if it was Hans instead of, but really a wonderful speech. And then the really beautifully shot Gordon on the rollerblades in Malibu.
Why was it so good?
Why did they go Rocky 3 so hard there?
Yeah, like I mean, and like those are legitimately back to back to back, and like so, is the stuff with them at Rodeo Drive like is that the funniest stuff in the world? No, there's a few moments in these next 2 that maybe you could go, oh, we could have done without, but they're trying to appeal to kids. But those 3 scenes back to back to back is about as good as it gets in a kids movie like this, Brand.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. His speech it just works for me. The Ducks Fly Together speech just works, and I don't know. Nothing makes me feel somehow like simultaneously patriotic, but also like go Ducks. Like they do this thing where they go around, they say where they're from.
There's so many
right?
things that would fall into that category, Brad, right?
It is unbelievable that a movie where they literally take off their United States jerseys to wear a jersey that isn't United States or red, white, and blue
right.
still works as patriotic.
It still works as patriotic.
Yeah.
That is something that only the Mighty Ducks can do. Dan?
Yeah. I would say, just to piggyback on that, I, as someone who is one to tell you what's wrong with our nation, no one is more patriotic than me during U.S. ice hockey or the World Cup. Two things that I don't watch unless that event is occurring, and then I don't miss a game. U.S. ice hockey, U.S. World Cup. There's something about it that I'm like, this is patriotic to me. And everything in me is like, why are you taking off these jerseys? You are not from Minnesota. You're from everywhere across our great land from sea to shining sea. Having said that, when he pulls out those baller jerseys, it works. It works so
Our
hard.
hands are tied. The jerseys
It's
are
so
really good.
It's
Coolest
so
logo ever, yeah.
It is. There is no reason Dwayne from Texas should be jacked to get a Minnesota Ducks jersey, but he is, because we'll find out in the next movie. Country people are stupid. So that scene absolutely works like a champ for me. Go Ducks.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the wait, what, and the what the Hallmark here on
Deck
the
the
Hallmark. We're back. Hi, everybody. We're talking D2 the Mighty Ducks here on Mighty Mondays here on Deck the Hallmark. It's time for the wait, what. It's where we talk about what in this movie made us go, wait, what? I can't imagine there's anything, but I'll start
not
with
here.
you, Rye Guy. What you waiting and what you what?
Yeah, I have a few, a couple of these we've touched on, so I'll go through them quickly. You probably have them too. It's nice that they mentioned that Charlie's mom got remarried, although the timeline doesn't make any sense.
None.
She was with Gordon a year ago.
That's right.
1
year.
Yeah, and so they would have had to have
Kissing
said-
hard in the middle of the ice.
Giving
Yeah.
a big speech about how I can't, after his dad, I can't have another man that runs away or leaves. And then
What
he leaves.
happened?
And like, we'll never find out. I mean, and so in a year, they would have had to say the long distance isn't working. We call it off. She meets someone, gets engaged, gets married, and Gordon is not upset about it a year later. Like, I mean, so I'm guessing she just didn't want to come back or had a scheduling conflict, but it would have been better if they didn't address it at all, honestly.
Yeah.
Charlie can never accuse Charlie Conway of being America first. He wants to change out Team USA's colors long before they actually
That's
do
right.
it.
Yeah. He's mad he ever was.
Yeah. Let's talk. I'm wearing a Hendricks hockey jersey here, but let's talk about Hendricks for a second. They put an exorbitant amount of money
Into the
Coach Bombay.
Junior Goodwill Games coach. Junior.
To Dan, to your point from a minute ago, even if they win the Junior Goodwill Games, this is 2.5 weeks of our lives.
That's right.
But
I think that it's your wait, what? But to me, that is why this movie doesn't work as well. Is after I get past the DUI means he has to take care of children on ice, which is a big give. After that, the rest of that movie just works for me no matter what age I am. This movie, it's like, where's just the regular Goodwill Games coach? Like the Junior Goodwill Games for 2.5 weeks is getting what looks like at the very least hundreds of thousands of dollars in endorsements. And I never bought that. Like as a kid, I bought it hook, line, and sinker. This is front page. This is a big deal. This made the USA Today. As a grown-up, I'm like, no one cares. No one cares. And that was, I think that's my big problem with the movie in general, but it's also a great way, what?
Yeah, and that's fair. To be honest, that's fair. We've talked about this. Now, listen, I don't think Charlie's as bad of a hockey player as Brand does. But I would say that
he walks in this movie.
well, the two objective. I mean, is Gordon Bombay a good coach? Is the question I always ask leaving this film, because Charlie at nothing else is better at hockey than the kid who can't stop on his skates.
Yeah,
right.
correct.
Like, so
Correct.
I think we all agree that Russ needs to be in the lineup. The knuckle puck is a huge advantage, right? But Charlie, maybe he's sitting on the bench just because Bombay isn't a good coach. And maybe when Charlie volunteers to not play, he goes, well, maybe we bench the guy who can't stop. Like,
Yeah, maybe. Just maybe.
Yeah. And then,
I mean, Charlie's over there coming up with these ideas like an alley oop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's whipping it up for Shaq and Penny.
exactly
in
right.
96. Yeah. But
Magic.
then you already touched on this, but I'd be remiss if I didn't just mention it. Goldberg gives up, what is it? 18 goals to Iceland in
so
5
many.
periods.
He gives up a
And
goal to Trinidad and Tobago. I know it's 2 countries, but he gave up a goal to them. And then they just say he's on a hot streak. That's what they say.
Exactly. At no point At no point does he think, oh, maybe we give Julie the cat some play here until the final moment.
There's nothing charming about neither of you would agree. There's nothing charming and fun about that.
It just doesn't make sense. It makes Bombay look like an idiot.
Yeah.
That's just bad. It's bad movie making, bad writing, bad code, whatever you want to say.
There's nothing more confusing in this movie.
Especially at that point already, but they've made it very clear that Julia the cat is at worst the second best player on the team behind Adam Banks.
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
I mean,
yes. We're saving her for one shot.
Yeah.
One
and
opportunity.
to the point of that, my last one, to the point of that last shot, Gunner's triple deke is utterly useless.
It's
the
terrible.
point of the triple deke
Yeah.
is to do the 3 dekes and you don't know where the goalie doesn't know where you're going to wind up. So then you shoot it in. To triple deke and then just stop and shoot a slap shot defeats the purpose of the triple deke. And I knew this before I watched 60 Ducks games last year.
Yeah.
And so a perfect film, but some flaws at the same time.
I want to just camp out on the fact that the Ducks don't deserve to represent Team USA.
Not even a little bit.
Right?
Not even a little bit.
So what happened a year ago is this team, they were 0-9. They won a couple games, and then they beat the best team in a shootout. And they did that.
They did that.
But the Hawks had won the championship every year except for 1 year when Bombay was a kid.
That's right.
And they lose one year in a shootout, and suddenly the Ducks are nationwide.
That's right.
Everyone knows about this Pee-wee team.
You get it, man.
And I know part of it is we want Bombay as the coach because, he had some minor league experience. I don't really know, but the Ducks shouldn't represent. They were the worst team. They went on a little heater, right?
Yep, that's
and
right.
then
they got hot.
They won in a shootout to the team that has won every year except for one. I think we don't like the Hawks. The Hawks should be representing Team USA.
Can I throw this at you? Maybe the Ducks are as good as it gets because the players that join them all have a fatal flaw.
Yeah.
Maybe there are no hockey players in the country at their age level that are complete players. Yeah. Maybe Julie the cat doesn't have one aside from there's a guy that gets to play ahead of her. That's her fatal flaw. She's a woman. But the other ones all have, there's all something. There's this guy would be great, but he can't stop. This guy would be great, but he's a dumb cowboy. This guy would be great, but he's a figure skater.
Is Banks the only all-around good player in the country?
And he was a Hawk.
Yeah.
He was a Hawk.
He was a Hawk.
Banks is the only all-around good player in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, the way I interpret it, and this still doesn't make any sense, is that Tibbles really wants Bombay. So we want the PR of the Ducks, which that thread makes sense to a degree, but it doesn't really hold a ton
I think
of
it would
water.
it would make a little bit more sense if he actually made the NHL, right? But the injury happens in minors. How many people are like, oh man, minor league player Bombay was so close and his knee gave out?
Name me one minor league hockey player right now. Give you 10 seconds. Anybody?
I'll give
Fred,
you all day.
Fred Ricky. Yeah. I also would say,
I'm looking it up.
The Ducks miracle season in Pee Wee from the year before would have been regional news, maybe even state news. Yeah. I doubt it was national news.
One of the things we didn't mention last week was the newspaper hockey. That's the number one hockey. And on the front page every week is, for some reason, specific to this region with Pee Wee hockey.
So I guess at least it technically was national news.
Yeah, I guess so.
There is Frederick Rick. And there is Nathan Ricky.
Okay.
We were very close.
Very close to getting it on the first try.
Yes.
So, you know what? I take it all back. Take it all back at all tracks. Mascots aren't supposed to talk, right? Isn't that part of the whole thing with mascots?
Yeah.
I've never heard stuff talk.
This mascot talks more than any mascot I've ever heard. He's like, hey, how you doing? And he's walking up. He's doing a whole thing. He talks so much. You're not supposed to do that. Bombay showing up late for a game with a duck call is one of the weirdest scenes in cinema.
It doesn't get any less weird the older you get.
I don't, and then no explanation as to why he's late. Because the scene before is him skating until the sun goes down, right? is this all happening in the same day? Is this game at nighttime and he like lost track of time? There's no explanation given for where he is.
Absolutely
He doesn't
none.
explain it to the kids. He just blows his duck call and says, "My bad." It's such a weird scene, and I love it, but it is very weird. The dentist destroyed that beach ball so fast. Like, I know beach balls aren't like,
Yeah,
but
he's got skates on.
but his ability to just with his hands not only pop it doesn't pop. It is one fluid motion of. It is very impressive. Beach ball, you have to do that thing typically where you like hold it down so the air comes out slowly. He destroys it, but it doesn't pop. It's an interesting thing that this beach ball does. So Keenan is there. We love Keenan.
Keenan's there.
Russ shows up, and we do a little switch him up, right? Because everybody's figured out the knuckle puck, and he is now the goalie, right?
Yeah, it's
The
a switcheroo.
It's a switcheroo.
Highly illegal.
Why, Keenan, do you take your helmet off before shooting?
It's just unbelievable.
This is
It's
the whole
unbelievable.
point of the knuckle puck. The whole point of the thing was so that they wouldn't know it's you, so that you could do the knuckle puck. He skates out the halfway line, and then goes, "It's me."
Guess who it is?
Sets up, takes his 30 seconds to get ready for the knuckle
You
puck.
gotta say it's knuckle puck time.
Yeah, it's
the
going
whole
to be
thing.
a whole thing, and it
More
works.
bad
But
coaching.
just
Bombay
don't-
should have told him not to.
don't take your helmet off. And then we can only harp on Julie the Cat so much. She's the greatest player of all time.
I don't get it.
And you could have tried to fool us a little bit more by taking out the line where Bombay says you're going in, quote, "You've got the fast glove."
That's right. Yeah.
Why is she not in there? You've got the fast glove.
The good news about this is this is as low as it can get for Julie the Cat. There's no way they could debase the character of the actor any further, right?
That's
Right?
right.
No, yeah, it's everything that in 3 is
Great.
above board, I'm sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Is it my turn? It's your turn. Great. Do you guys remember when a store on Rodeo Drive had 3 adult women model?
Well, at least this doesn't debase women, right? Yeah.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember when a store on Rodeo Drive had 3 adult women model multiple outfits in a montage for 3 14-year-olds, including camera angles that start at the feet like Tarantino and work slowly up the body as they're giving seductive looks to said teenage boys? You guys remember that?
What is this? Blank check, am I right?
I mean,
You said it, brother.
it is
Disney
guys,
definitely had a
in the
thing.
mid-90s,
guys.
Disney was like, you know what? Whatever.
It's the record scratch of the century. Like where are
Until
the
blank check.
Where are the good old days of the morality of blue balls jokes? You know what I mean? Like, make kids' movies great again. This was wild. If this scene had been a very quick eyebrow raise from the 14-year-old boys, like, nice, it'd have been like, okay, maybe. What happens is ludicrous.
It's a very long scene.
Ludicrous what happens here. And then they don't catch Wise until he says, "I want to see you in a bikini."
Yeah,
What?
that was the giveaway.
I mean, this movie's an hour 45. Could have shaved that off there. We all would have been fine.
Even I would have been okay with it.
We all would have been fine. I love Averman. I would say nice haircut. Did you lose a bet to people routinely? He has a zinger in this movie that for the life of me, if you can explain it to me, that would be great. Bombay walks in with his new suit and his haircut. Everybody's like, "Hey, coach." And he says, "Nice jacket. Did you get 2 pairs of pants with that?" And everyone loses their minds laughing. What is going on there? Do you understand it, right, guy?
Nope, but I lose my mind laughing, let me tell you.
I don't know why it's funny. I know I get the "did you lose a bet?" I don't know why it's funny.
nice jacket.
Nice jacket. Did you get 2 pairs of pants to that? That jacket
man, well, that gets
so
so
nice
funny.
that you can have multiple matching outfits with it with 2 pairs of pants. Bombay messes up his knee in the year of our Lord 1994, and they give him a cane.
That tracked to me, dude. I bumped on that this time too. I had never thought about it before, but how stupid is that?
It's the best.
And then he's walking down
Yeah.
the streets
You
of
get-
Minneapolis in a hurricane. Like it is just dumping on him as he's like
You know, it
whipping along.
turns out,
Funny.
it turns out In the 2000s, when you tore your ACL, full recovery. But when you tore your ACL in the early 90s, it was 1 to 2 years. That's all you had left. They pretty much were like, take this cane, do your best, you're about to die. He
And
gets
you know
a
what? They might be
cane.
onto something because he loses that limp the next day.
He was gone.
The
Maybe
power-
the cane was the way to go.
The power of Jan's breakfast.
What a time. Jan's breakfast. We do hear early through a montage or somebody talking that Gordon Bombay and the Ducks last year won a state championship, which is never mentioned in the entirety of the first film.
That's D1.5.
That's in the Mighty Ducks, they're just winning a Pee Wee League, right?
It's split up the district.
There's no way
split up
they,
into
in
districts.
14 games they won a state championship.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Concussions are still hilarious. Thank God. That's still funny. Hans had a brother named Jan. We never saw him in Mighty Ducks. I know he said it. He was hiding. He was back there sharpening skates. Boo. He was back there getting the murder castle ready. If you're, go ahead.
I still can't get over that it's Jan, not Hans.
It's crazy.
I will just say real quick, shout out to Jan. His reactions during the final game are incredible.
They are.
Like, he's really
I'm
going
not
for it.
mad
He's
that
like,
it's
"Look."
him. I'm just, what happened?
Yeah.
But Brand, he's like this. though.
Yeah. No kidding.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He's great.
Speaking of which, who let Jan
Hans could never.
Who let Jan in the Malibu rental? He's just in there. When Gordon gets there, boo, got him.
That's him for you.
If my kid made the junior Olympic or junior Goodwill hockey team, he made the team. He's the guy from Texas, Dwayne, and he makes the team. And I go to a practice, and they are line dancing. Or maybe the day before they're trying to win the gold medal, they're playing with a beach ball. I'm going to have some questions.
You don't get it.
I'm not here to not have fun. It's
what
the
it seems
day.
like.
It's the day before you just got beat 14-1 or whatever that was. It's the
12-1.
day before the rematch for the gold medal, and you are not going over any circumstance that could happen in the game. You're like, it's beach ball time, everybody. Like, that's what you're doing. That's crazy to me. Who drugged Dwayne? Dwayne is sleeping, and they put shaving cream on his hand, and they tickle him with a feather. And the first time it's funny, and the 10th time it's like, someone put this man to sleep with a sedative. He is not okay. He can't breathe. How is he still asleep? Someone, the cruelty of that prank was Goldberman, Averman Goldberg. Goldberg got the feather and the shaving cream. Averman drugged him. That's what you don't know about that prank. It's not nearly as cool as you think it is. At one point, Keenan gets to deliver this line with a straight face, something to the effect of, maybe you forgot what it's like to play real hockey on the streets of Los Angeles. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Get out of here.
It's real hockey.
Get out of there with this.
Kings.
And last but not least, when they reemerge from the locker room with their Ducks uniforms, no one is prouder to have traded his. When they reemerge after the duck call for their next game, no one is prouder to have shed his too cool for school image of suit and tie than Gordon Bombay with a Letterman jacket with his name on it, which I would submit is as pretentious as the suit and tie. It is a lateral move at best.
Do you think that Letterman jacket came with 2 pairs of pants?
No way. Very nice.
As many pants as there are countries. It's time for What
That's
the
right.
Hallmark. It's where we wonder what could have been. Maybe. I'm sorry.
What the duck?
What the Duck. Where we
What the
talk
duck?
about questions that we still have that we like some answers to. Rye?
There was apparently a lot more with the Iceland trainer Maria that was cut from the final.
I have to
film.
imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seemed really
and
weird.
there's I think a decent amount cut from D2 that I've learned over the years. It makes sense since the thread between her and Gordon, it doesn't go anywhere, but also by the end of the film, by the time the dentist cheap shots Gordon's leg, like they almost are like portraying her as a villain, but she does literally nothing wrong.
My
Like
gut,
she does nothing wrong throughout this whole film.
the kids kind of allude to, like in their prodding of it, that like he like gave her information or something like that. Like I wonder if she stole information about the team and he found out and broke it off. Like that kind of makes sense.
You mean there's like a 210 epic D2 cut out there that we're not aware of?
Like I think you could probably do that in 2 more scenes, and I actually think it would help the film because that thread literally goes.
A film that you said is perfect objectively.
Objectively speaking, yes.
Got it. I got it. No, I got it. We're tracking.
Because that's the whole thing. Like during the first game, they know every move. Like part of that is you could probably figure that out by watching tape, but it almost feels like
would have made a lot of sense.
Bombay doesn't prep for games.
Yeah, that is would they?
He preps with line dancing and beach ball. You get it.
Anything but hockey.
Yeah,
is his thing. We need to drug test Banks. I'm not saying
that thing's up
I'm
and
not
weird.
saying Banks took PEDs.
I am.
The recovery is very suspicious.
Pretty miraculous.
He literally says it's a miracle, which I think when someone walks in and says it's a miracle, I don't know. My gut is they're covered up for something. I'm not saying that Banks knowingly took performance enhancing drugs to fix his wrist. I'm not saying that though.
The kid who wants to impress his dad.
Yes, there's a lot of reasons. Wants to impress scouts, wants to impress everybody. So why not? And that's worrisome to me. But and then I love that he hurts his wrist during the game, right? After coming back, and Bombay does not make him do the same test.
No, but he just trusts him.
Yeah,
hit
Banks
the pad.
is like, it's good, I promise. He's like, right, it's good. Good enough for me. We're in the middle of the game now. I can only state on so many grounds. Dano?
Yeah, you're not going to hear this many places here in our country, but justice for Russia in this movie. I have so many questions because Russia beat Iceland. Like, Iceland is shown to us as this unbeatable force that is the heavy favorite that's beating everybody 1,000-1.
Yeah.
And just real quick slips in a headline because if it's double elimination, if Iceland hasn't lost yet, this game doesn't mean anything. Russia beat Iceland 1-0. What happened there? What goalie for Russia stood on his head, man. I mean, just absolutely crushed it. And then we beat Russia 1-0. Like, Russia was very close to being the gold medalists, is what I'm trying to say. And we don't hear anything about them. We don't get to see them play any hockey. But my bigger one is a line that I can't believe neither of you caught, and I'm glad that we're here and I can say it. Jan surprises Gordon Bombay in the Malibu rental. How did he get in? Doesn't matter. Not important. Gordon immediately says, you closed down the Palace, the hockey store? And then Jan says this line. First time in 10 years. Excuse me? I'm sorry. You and your weird brother Hans, who care about Pee-wee hockey
more than anyone should,
have never, not once, put a close sign up on the hockey facilities equipment store for 10 years. One, first of all, you're crazy. How dare you? Two, what the H happened 10 years ago?
Yeah.
What was that big blowout where you closed the doors?
Can you imagine? I wish there was a scene, like a little stinger at the end of Hans finding out that Jan closed it down. Like, the whole point was, hey, I'm going to go and see Mom. Can you please come and run the shop while I'm gone?
We can't close it.
Jan does it for a week, and he's like, I'm off to LA. That's crazy,
10
man.
years down the drain. We were a 24/7 Whataburger of a hockey equipment store. And 10 years ago, that was the great ice storm of, I don't know, like, what happened 10 years ago? 1983, what happened? 1984, what happened? Sheesh.
Good one, Dano.
What a time. Hey, thanks, man. I thought I brought my A game today.
All right. Now, this was a big one. Next week is a
bets are
huge
off.
one.
I'm so nervous.
Some would say gloves. What was the other one? Something.
Gloves, helmet, gloves, shirt.
Some would say, yes.
Yeah. I'll say this. If we prove nothing today, it is that we are going into next week as open-minded as possible.
For 30 years, I defended D2 as the best of all of these, and I was wrong.
It is
there you have it.
Ryan correct. We will find out next week.
Here we
Until
go.
then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Quack, 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 quack.
Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.